and you for me. Can't you see how happy we would be?
You could raise a family, a boy like us, a girl like me.
Can't you see how happy we would be?
It's a beautiful day.
How can you possibly tell? You haven't drawn the curtains yet.
It's a beautiful day because today they go back to school.
You're right, it is a beautiful day.
Now I know how mothers feel at the end of school holidays.
Well, I have heard some mothers are quite sad to see their children go back to school.
What an extraordinary thing. I have got plans, you know.
Oh, I didn't doubt it for a minute.
Today I get my life back again.
Still going home time?
I'm going to have my legs waxed.
Very good.
I'm going to have my hair cut. And then I'm going to have an all-over massage.
Well, don't look at me. The last few weeks, I haven't got the strength to rub Vic into my chest. Oh, I'm going to have a gentle game of golf this morning. Loosen up.
I'm rigid with tension, you know. I can feel it.
I think we can all feel it.
Oh, I'm going to have a good rub down and then...
And then we're going to have lunch at the Riverside Inn.
Are we?
I booked it. I knew you'd need something to do, something to celebrate your freedom.
That's terrific. That's just what I need. I can put on a frock, feel like a woman again. I felt like a bag lady since they moved in.
Oh, I can drop the kids off at school on the way to the club.
No, Philip and Georgia can go on their own. Jake will need a lift.
I've informed the teachers that we're their guardians now.
Well, we're the grandparents. That should be enough.
Oh, I thought guardians sounded more responsible.
Oh, stuff responsible. I'm going to have a shower before a day of reckless debauchery.
They won't come off, Gran.
They might.
Maggie's got chicken pox.
I know that.
You can't scrub off chicken pox.
I might get it to fade a bit, then I can slap on some of my colour tint moisturiser.
Why?
So he could go back to school.
He can't go to school. He's infectious. How are you feeling, Jake?
Fine. You see?
Nevertheless, he's got to stay at home. At least while he looks like that.
What do you think, Jake?
Never mind what he thinks. That's final. Now, you better go back to bed, young man. And your grandmother will come and take your temperature. Won't you?
Morning.
Morning, Tom. Morning.
Back to school today, then?
No, we just decided to dress like this to confuse you. How's it going?
Oh, I'm starting on the ceiling today. Thing is, with garage conversions, you have to put up a full ceiling.
I want subdued lighting built in. Who said you're going to have the garage as your room? I did. Oh, right.
Tracy Chilcott.
What?
You remind me of the dinner monitor I had a crush on at school.
Do I?
Yeah, she tipped a bowl of semolina over me once. All I did was try and pinch a chick. Never mess with a dinner monitor, Philip.
I'm not a dinner monitor.
Well, you got all the right qualifications.
Stop talking about school.
You're not keen, then?
Hated school from day one. I made a paper mache triceratops and this stupid girl sat on it. The teacher said I squashed it myself and made me stay behind to clean the blackboard.
Clean the blackboard? You don't know you're born. I got 6 of the best just for sneezing in morning assembly. Morning, Mrs. Prentice.
Morning.
I'll just get on then.
Jake's got chicken pox.
He did it deliberately, just to mess up your plans for today.
What?
We heard you telling Grandad.
Oh, well, I said that because...
Because you're so selfish.
I said that because my initial reaction...
Was to think about yourself and not about Jake, or anybody else.
And who, madam, do you think I've been thinking about for the past few weeks since you came to live here?
Dad used to tell us that you were like this with him. Remember that time when he broke his arm and you still sent him to the school cricket match just because you wanted to go shopping?
He insisted on playing. Anyway, he was left-handed.
No, he wasn't.
Wasn't he? Are you sure?
A devoted mother.
Do you want sandwiches?
No, thanks.
We'll buy something in the school canteen.
Something healthy.
Georgia. Philip. Look, I know it's a difficult day for you.
Certainly has been so far.
You won't find it easy going back to school with everyone talking about what they did in the holidays.
It isn't play school.
With their parents. You might find it a bit difficult. But your grandfather has written letters to your teachers, and I'm sure they'll keep an eye on you. However, if you do find it a bit much, just have a word with your teacher, and you can come straight back home, and I'll be...
At the hairdresser's.
Goodbye, Georgia. Goodbye, Georgia. I do try, Andrew. It's not as if I don't try.
I know you try.
But she cannot say a civil word to me.
She's fighting the world at the moment. You've got to make allowances.
Do I? Do I? Why is it always me who has to make allowances?
What are you talking about? You never make allowances. It's always me.
Well, I'm making allowances now, and I don't like it. I do not like being pleasant to somebody with all the social graces of a puff adder.
She just lost her parents. She's bound to be a bit, you know...
Why is she taking it out on me?
Well, because you're not her mother. She's taking it out on you because you're alive and her mother is dead.
Well, I am not going to apologise to her for being alive. That is not the sort of thing I do.
Well, it's not the sort of thing any of us do, is it?
I'm going to have to cancel the leg waxer and the masseur.
No, you go, I'll stay here.
Oh, but that's not fair. You wanted to play golf.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter?
Well, I thought you were concerned for my welfare.
Oh, but I am.
Well, then, there are blessings in this situation. I mean, a week or so ago, you'd have slammed off to the leg waxer and never given a thought for my game of golf.
Would I?
Without a doubt.
Do you think I'm turning into a nicer person?
Well, it's a little early to say. Signs are promising.
I do feel bad about leaving you with Jake being ill.
Well, then don't go.
But I hate to cancel appointments, and I was looking forward to this one.
Well, then do go.
Are you sure you'll be all right?
Oh, I think I can dab calamine on a few spots. Jake? Jake? What's the matter? What happened?
Look, Grandad, look. 2 worms cuddling.
Tell her to keep him warm, plenty of fluids. I'll be there in half an hour.
Doctor?
Ah, Mrs. Prentice, hold on.
What are you doing here? What's the matter with Jake?
Jake's fine. It's your husband.
What?
He called me out, but he'll be okay, don't worry. He's in the conservatory. Yes, I'm still here. Any other messages?
Just seen the doctor.
Oh, yes.
He said you called him out.
Well, I thought it best.
But he said you were all right.
Well, not entirely.
What does that mean?
Well, I thought Jake had fallen out of a tree, and I had a bit of a funny turn, and my heart started pounding. I felt a bit faint, and I thought I'd better find out what it was.
And what was it?
Well, it's nothing.
Oh, fine.
No, nothing much. No, he asked me how I was coping, taking on 3 grandchildren at my time of life.
And what did you say?
Well, I said I found it very hard work and extremely tiring, but I'd probably get used to it.
And what did he say to that?
Well, he checked my blood pressure, which was a bit high, nothing dramatic, and then he took a blood test, and he said everything looked okay, but that I should have a rest period every day.
Oh, what?
Some time to myself, an hour or so, for a lie down, without interruptions.
He said that, did he?
He did.
No tablets or anything?
Not at the moment.
Just a rest?
Yes, on my own. Maybe with a book.
You're making it up.
No, well, ask him yourself. He said I need time to pace myself. I need time to recharge my batteries. And he said if someone should bring me a nice cup of tea at the end of it, that would be particularly helpful. In fact, I wouldn't mind one now.
Doctor?
Sorry about that, Mrs. Prentice. Batteries.
Could I have a word with you?
Yeah, of course.
Upstairs?
Well, I can't find anything wrong with you.
You can't.
Yeah, you're as fit as a horse.
Am I?
Blood pressure's fine, eyesight, muscle coordination, checked your heart, lungs. You're in peak condition.
For the 2:30 at Sandown?
Exactly.
So there's nothing the matter at all?
Nope.
Not even a slight rise in blood pressure?
Well, your blood pressure's perfect.
So I don't need to take it easy?
Well, you're not the sort of person who likes lounging around all day, are you?
Well, I might grow to like it, given the chance.
Wouldn't suit an actively healthy person like you.
Are you sure I'm healthy?
Everything points that way.
Oh.
Why? Have you had any symptoms that have worried you?
Well, they haven't worried me. They've worried everyone else.
And what are they?
Oh, an irresistible desire to kick the doors in, strangle people, leave and never come back. Little things like that.
I am aware of your circumstances.
And you're probably wondering why you haven't had to carry me away screaming to a padded room.
I think you thrive on new challenges. You can take pretty much everything life throws at you.
Well, it's been throwing rather a lot lately.
I know what you've had to put up with, losing your son and then taking on his children. But if I had to draw up a blueprint of someone who could cope, it'd be you.
Jolly good. You don't think I need a rest period every day, then?
Good heavens, no. Put your feet up with your 11s, you'll soon recharge your batteries. You're very lucky. You've got stamina.
Oh, I smoke a bit, you know. And I enjoy a drink with my husband. We lead very similar lifestyles, my husband and I.
Yes, but your husband has a very different constitution.
Has he? Lucky him.
He's a sensible man, so I'm not overly worried. But I told him to take a complete rest for an hour or so a day. Did he tell you?
Yes, he certainly did.
I think he'll benefit. And you'll be able to get on with other things while he's...
Sleeping.
Or just resting. As long as he's not disturbed. Phone off the hook, that sort of thing.
Well, that'll give me a chance to plant a couple of trees, replan the bathroom, lay a few flagstones.
You're very lucky, Mrs. Prentice.
Come again?
Well, I hope I'm in such good shape when I get to your... Although, of course, you're still a relatively young woman. Relatively.
Could you take my blood pressure again, please? Hello.
Shh, Grandad's asleep.
Isn't he lucky? And what have you been doing while I've been at the hairdresser's?
Itching.
So I see.
And answering the telephone.
Oh, well, who rang?
Liz rang to see if you wanted any shopping.
Did you tell her not to come because you've got chicken pox?
She wants to come, and she's bringing Laura.
She's bringing her daughter with her.
She wants to catch it before she goes to big school.
I see. So you'll have a little friend to play with. That'll be nice, won't it? But remember, she's a girl and she's younger than you, so you be gentle with her.
Morning, Mrs. Prentice.
Oh, hello, Liz.
Mrs. Prentice, I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all. Hello, Laura. This is Jake.
Mr. Prentice all right?
Oh, yes. He's been told to rest. Jake, why didn't you show Laura your bedroom? Don't want to disturb him, do we?
I bought some ice cream. Thought they might like some. Does he get it in the freezer? You've got spots. I know. Is this your house? Yes. You can't come past here. Move or I'll bash you. You're too old to be a daddy.
My feelings entirely, young lady.
Hello, Laura.
Where's my mummy?
Upstairs. She'll be down in a minute. Something the matter?
Jake took my little pony.
Oh, did he? Where is he now?
Bleeding in flower beds.
Did you leave the sink like this? You could have wiped it round. I only cleaned it half an hour ago.
Well, I was in a hurry. Medical emergency.
Did you cut yourself?
No, your daughter beat up Jake.
What?
He took her My Little Pony.
Laura wouldn't do that.
And she put a worm in his Ribena.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Well, she made him cry.
You make her sound like a monster.
Well, let's face it, Liz, she is a bit aggressive, isn't she?
I've taught her to stand up for herself. Being an only child with a single mother.
Well, you've certainly succeeded. Not only does she stand up for herself, she makes everyone else fall down.
Are you saying my daughter's a bully?
Tough guy, was he, Laura's dad?
He can handle himself.
Bit of a temper on him.
He was an Aries, fire sign. Passionate, assertive, impulsive.
Well, your daughter takes after him, except she's violent as well.
Oh, don't exaggerate.
No, I'm serious, Liz. If you're not firmer with her, she could turn into a real handful.
Well, thank you for your child guidance lessons. I'm sorry you don't like my daughter.
Look, I'm only...
Get off! And don't touch me again. And you can forget about going out with me.
All right, I might put it a bit harshly, but it's only because I care about you. Only trying to help.
Well, you are not helping. I will bring up my daughter my own way. Unfortunately, you will have nothing to do with it. It's just as well I found out how you feel now before you bonded with Laura.
Oh, she kicked me in the shins. Is that what you call bonding?
Oh, yes! Oh, sorry, Mrs. Bridger.
Liz, can we assume that Laura has caught chickenpox by now if she's going to catch it?
Has Tom been talking to you?
No.
I haven't.
But you want me to take her home?
Well, no great rush in the next 15 minutes or so. Jake's getting a bit tired of her.
Well, Tom told me about her My Little Pony and the worm. I'll go and have a word with her. I'm sure she just got overexcited.
It's the daffodils as well, Liz.
The daffodils.
She's taken the heads off a few of them. 23, actually.
Well, we don't have a garden. She isn't used to flowers.
Is she used to men?
Sorry?
Well, she doesn't seem too fond of Andrew. She's put a slug up his nose to wake him up. He's still in the lavatory.
I apologise for my daughter. You won't be seeing her again. Or me.
Oh, no. Oh, Liz, no. Liz? Oh, Liz, come back! I'll bring the calamine up in a minute, Jake.
Maggie.
Just a minute, Andrew. Give me a chance. Yes, what?
Miss Liz.
I miss Liz too, but Liz has walked out, remember. Anyway, what do you want?
Friendly smile?
No.
Merry quip?
No.
I suppose a cheese sandwich is out of the question.
Make it yourself.
But it's my rest period.
Don't you give me rest period. I have been up since dawn, Liz has abandoned us, and the ironing's up to the ceiling.
Yes, well, come and sit down. The ironing can wait.
No. Jake's picking his spots.
Well, he won't need your help, will he? Come on.
Well, look, let me deal with Jake first. You get me a drink. And where have you been? I was expecting you home hours ago.
I had to wait for Aaron.
Afternoon, Mrs. Prentice.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Aaron. I'm afraid Georgia can't come out raving and glue-sniffing with you this afternoon. She's got a pile of ironing to do.
See, I told you what it was like.
Oh, did you? Well, whatever she told you is probably only the half of it. She gets regularly beaten, and she has to scrub the front doorstep at 6 a.m. every morning.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
I'm afraid you'll have to go out with her some other time.
Aaron's my teacher.
Oh, very good. Even I know that teachers aren't that young. A teacher, are you?
Yes, the head passed your husband's letter on to me, and I thought I'd just drop in for a chat. But if it's inconvenient...
Oh, no, of course not. Come in. Excuse the hoover. Andrew, teacher to see you.
Maggie, I haven't got the energy for the mortarboard and ruler game. Let's just have a cuddle.
Seemed very nice. He knew France quite well, of course.
Well, he could have been a mass murderer, but as long as he knows France.
I think we managed to put the record straight.
Well, he seemed happy enough when he left.
Of course he was happy. He had 3 glasses of Burgundy and a rum barber. It's called bribery.
I just wanted him to get to know us,
Bit risky.
so that he could see we were doing our best for you. Right, ironing.
Did somebody wave a wand?
What?
The perfect hostess turns back into the wicked grandmother.
You will find the ironing board in the kitchen cupboard.
I don't iron.
You do now.
It's a waste of electricity.
Your mother's philosophy, no doubt.
She always wore natural fibres and allowed them to dry in the fresh air. She never ironed her clothes.
That's probably why she kept getting arrested for vagrancy.
So I never learned how to iron. Sorry.
Do you have an answer for everything, Georgia?
Yes?
Put the rubbish out.
Do you mean segregate items for recycling?
Just do it. Philip, what are you doing?
Arnie, Georgia told me to.
Ask. I asked you to.
Okay.
But Philip, why are you ironing socks? You don't iron socks.
On the stuff in the basket, Georgia said.
No, the socks were on top of the basket.
In, on top. What's the difference?
The difference is, how long have you been ironing?
Since you went out. I know, maybe. It's hard work.
And you've only ironed the socks.
Give me a chance.
Leave it. Just leave it.
Women.
And what is all this?
Kitchen waste for the compost heap. Bottles, newspaper bottles, cans and more bottles.
So this does not go out for the dustbin man, then?
Of course not. There's a recycling plant near the park.
So you're making more work, more things to do.
What does it matter if you're helping the environment?
It matters quite a lot if your house is overrun by children, your cleaner has left, and your husband is sleeping for England.
So you'll just give up and throw it all in one bag, will you? Just because it takes a little more effort?
Right, that's it.
How long is it since you last cleared out your empty wine bottles?
Oh, about a couple of weeks.
I thought it was at least 6 months.
I have been under rather a strain lately, and this isn't help. Liz. Oh, Liz, come back to us, please. George is recycling, Philip's only ironing the socks, and I can't work the Hoover. Yes. Yes, I do know how you felt, but it was... Oh, no, she's not violent. Not very violent. Exuberant is the word, I think. I like her. No, I'm not just saying that. Look, has she caught chickenpox yet? Oh, jolly good. But you will come back. Oh, Liz, why? Oh, Liz. All right, hang on. Tom!
Yes, Mrs. Prentice?
Liz on the phone. Ask her to come back and say you're sorry.
Liz, how are you? Oh, I see. Look, I'm sorry I upset you. And I'm sorry I upset Laura. Of course I am, really. Please come back to Mrs. Prentice's. Well, mostly because I miss you. Because it's just not the same without you here. Of course I mean it. I'm not just saying it. Well, your smile, for one thing, and the way you flick back your hair.
Just sorry would have been fine. Liz, you will come back, won't you? Oh, wonderful. I'll see you tomorrow then. Oh, and will Laura be with you? With your mother. That's perfect.
The Meerkat team prepares to take the field. They've been safe in their burrows overnight, but once they venture outside, it's...
I put my worm in a bowl of earth in the kitchen.
Splendid.
You don't mind?
Mind me? Although we might be happier in the garden, don't you think?
An overdose of Ribena. Had to get it better first.
Of course.
His name's Curly.
Good, I'll put that on his case notes. Oh, thank you for sorting the rubbish so beautifully, Georgia.
But
Sorry?
with you, there's always a but.
Oh, no, it's very well done. I think we should recycle every week from now on.
Have you been drinking?
I've made you a spam risotto, Philip.
But I thought you hated me eating spam.
No, if that's what you want, then I think you should have it. Poor little Jakey. Rotten chicken pox and a sick worm to look after. Would you like tea in bed? Got to get you better soon, haven't we? We'll miss you when you go back to school, won't we, Andrew? Well, have you had enough rest for this evening?
Why, am I about to pay for it? Bring the coal in, repair the guttering?
No, you should relax. I'll go and do dinner. Oh, Liz is coming back tomorrow, by the way.
Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien.
You happy?
Do you know, I think I am. I thought I'd never be completely happy ever again, but I'm actually feeling quite euphoric now that Liz is coming back. Pathetic, isn't it? Getting excited because one's cleaner is returning. You're wearing your drinking trousers.
Yes.
Why?
Well, I thought things were going so well, and you were happy.
Happier?
I thought we'd nip down the road as usual.
But we don't have as usual anymore. I can't leave children.
Oh, well, if you're busy, I'll...
Are you going on your own?
Well, if you can't come, I mean, it's a bit of relaxation. I'm supposed to be relaxing. Doctor's orders.
I thought he prescribed a short nap at lunchtime. I don't remember anything about the dog and fox.
Oh, well, forget it then. I just thought it would be a problem.
No, you go.
No. Not worth the hassle, is it? I mean, it's hardly relaxing if I have to slam the door with you resenting every second of it.
Oh, I don't resent it. It's a bit of a shock seeing your drinking trousers. I had hoped that Georgia had recycled them. Off you go.
You sure it's all right?
Yes, of course. As long as you feel you can fit it into your schedule.
Schedule? Since when did I have a schedule?
I suppose that is rather an extravagant word for it. I meant all those things you have to do before dinner.
Like what?
Oh, you know?
Remind me.
Well, Philip needs some help with his maths homework, and you told Georgia you would fix her bedside lights. And you haven't forgotten it's your turn for Jake's bedtime story, have you?
So, that's earthworms for you. Clever little biters.
Not like that with people, though, is it?
What?
Making babies.
Jake, I thought you told me that you knew all about sex.
We're not talking about sex. Sex is rubbing toes together with no clothes on. We're talking about making babies.
What's the difference?
Don't you know?
Well, I thought I did.
You have to go to the watershed to make babies, don't you?
Do you?
The 9 o'clock watershed on television.
Oh, that watershed, yes. Well, what happens? Remind me.
After 9 o'clock, children get sent to bed, and then grown-ups can go to the watershed. Everybody knows that.
And what's this watershed like?
I don't know. I'm too young to stay up to sit.
Of course.
I should think you sit at desks, like at school. And some people make the babies, and some people wash them. In the water. I'm surprised you haven't seen the watershed.
Well, I go to bed early these days. I'm feeling rather tired now. So who told you about this?
Philip.
Well, it must be true then. Good night.
I forgot to say good night to Carly.
Oh, because worms have feelings too, eh? Watershed.
What?
I understand you told Jake about the 9 o'clock watershed.
Yes, so?
Well, nothing. It's just that I think he might grow up with some rather original feelings about courtship. You can't make babies before 9 o'clock in a shed.
You mean it's not true?
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, Jake's no longer infectious. Today he goes back to school. Liz is here. We can make plans. We can lunch. We can shop. We can live. I feel like a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis.